Yes, so multiverse is a consequence of inflation. So,
Oh,
so because inflation had to take place to solve these problems, then it has these consequences, which is you would have multiverses. So let me go over what multiverse is. I know there are movies and a lot of different movies use parallel universe and all these theories, but it kind of changed what it actually is. So we should not even use the word parallel universe. It's all multiverse. So let me talk about level one multiverse. So Max Tegmark, he defined what each of these are because you have four different levels of multiverse. The first one is simple. It's just saying that our observable universe is finite. We cannot look beyond it. So there could be another universe which is far away from ours. We're not in causal contact. So when I say causal contact, it means light from our universe is never going to reach the other universe. So we are getting separated over time. So there is no way we can ever contact them. So that is a multiverse. It's so far away from us that we cannot contact them. We don't know what's happening there, but it's likely that it's very similar to ours. The temperature, the galaxies, how it ends, planets forming. So that's level one multiverse. It's just saying it's finite distant away, but we can never connect them. So that's why it's a multiverse. So what inflation is saying is that so it comes from quantum mechanics. So inflation, so I'll get into quantum mechanics probably later. So inflaton field. So inflation is caused by a field, a quantum field. So a quantum field is how we define particles in particle physics. So there is no such thing as a particle, but fields. And once you put enough energy, they get excited, and that's why we see particles. You may have heard about the Higgs boson. The Higgs boson, the God particle. So it's actually the Higgs field that's always there. If you pump enough energy, then you can see the Higgs boson. So the inflaton field is a quantum field which has this property that it spreads out. So it's a quantum. Quantum mechanics has many different weird properties. One of them. So I know I'm getting into
it's
complex
okay. Keep going.
ideas. So the thing is that the inflaton field can it spreads out. It has a property, and because of this, it affects different regions of the universe differently. So it in our universe, inflation happened and it stopped. But in a different region, maybe inflation is still taking place. Maybe another region, the inflation was much shorter or longer. So depending on how it affected each region, you have different bubbles, or you could think of the level one multiverses embedded into bubble universes. So you know how you see in animations that you have blank space and you have bubbles of universes. That's what it's referring to. That's level two multiverse, because not only are they very far apart, we can never be in contact with them, and we can't even detect them because we can't even see beyond our observable universe. But think about other bubble universes which are way beyond. So that's level two multiverse, and it gets more and more complex as you go to level three. So level three multiverse is coming from it's called many worlds interpretation. Um, or many world theory. So this is very popular in popular science because it talks about doppelgangers and explaining things like, oh, the only reason you're doing this, you made this decision, is because in the other alternate universes, it made the other choices. So it's popular, but if you want to understand what the many worlds interpretation is, it's just saying that, to give a simple example, if I roll a dice, it has six sides. So if I roll a dice and I get a six, that means right when I rolled it, all the universe just split into six different universes, and in each different universe, you had each number. You had 1 to 6. So what it's saying is every time anyone makes a decision or any time anything happens, the universe splits up and the other things, the alternative things happen in the other universes. So the question is, when you say split up, do you have copies of yourself or not? So that so we don't really have an answer to that. There are different ways to explain it. Maybe it's all abstract, or maybe it's physical. Maybe it does split up, but the key idea is every alternate things happen at once. So whatever happening now. So I'm talking to you right now. Let's say I decide to, um, stop the recording or something. So in another, so that immediately um, it would split up. It would be different universe, and in the other universe, I did the other thing, which I continue talking. So every time anyone makes any decision, you have multiple copies of the universe. So that's very complex. That's the idea of level 3 multiverse. And Max Tegmark can explain this way better than I can. So that's level 3. Level 4 is very abstract. Level 4 is telling you that maybe very, very far away, the universes don't even have the same physics laws that we have. So maybe the laws are different, so everything looks different. Um, Maybe what we see as a circular motion, maybe it's the motion is has a different shape or something. So level 4, it's kind of abstract. We can stop at level 3 because 4, none of us understand it because we only understand the physics laws in our universe, but it could be very different in the other universes.